meeting for just the second time. Remember, it was last year starting setting position. Right out of the middle. Block again. Perfect first contact by Baird. And you see the difference in the result. There, Ogilvy stepping in. Nice first contact and off the edge of the block by Sammy France. That is a really quality reception. Not a good set. That ball well Louisville. Baird through the block and down, and a little bit of exceptional, nearly 4 digs per set, working on DeBeer. And down the line and just out of bounds. Cami Minor out of Redondo Beach, California, the reigning Pac-12 setter of the nice block touch. Kip is dug. Transition opportunity. DeBeer. Scott again working on Baird. Baird off the right side. Scott all over that. And pressing in transition. Really, Louisville has not dropped down at all after losing so much from last year. And right on cue. 6.
And it gets the crowd live.
Stanford's passing the ball pretty darn well.
I don't think people talk about that enough. What slows down the ball is the block touch.
There's the block touch you were talking about.
Yeah.
First line of defense. Players laying out.
Again, quality block for Stanford there.
6. Looper out of the back row. All Pac-12 last year. That was a very tough serve. Flat and clean to Houston to play Rice. Then back home, Ohio State, Minnesota, and then Nebraska. That ball missed out of bounds.
Ogilvy has to step in and take some of those balls.
Really nice play. Not only receiving, but attacking.
On the court, making it pretty easy.
Kip has been very quiet out of the back.
Being inside, leaving that line for Kip.
Nice swing by Jones off. Calling for a quick timeout now. 18-14 is the advantage. And Stanford down now to just one challenge. Stanford out of system. Very smart roll shot by DeBeer. And cross body again. First, make it 5 digs for Stanford. Kip off the edge quickly. Combination nicely done. Francis took away, but has time. Good point scoring rotation with Kip in the back. Kong on the back. Good touch in system here, and Baird will throw it right into the been rock solid in serve receive. And that ball gets down somehow. DeBeer, what a good swing. Defense is on display. Tough chance for DeBeer, well off the net. That's, wow. 5. And a dig right on target by Scott. And Cami Minor. Here is Looper. Just underway, second set here in Louisville. Tight pass, what a read. Pegron on Louisville before Louisville closed it out 25-22. Kip again, all the tangibles and intangibles, yes.
Very quick. Somebody, for an athlete that is so physical at the net.
By Looper. That ball set too tight.
A little hesitation right there from Baird.
Baird. Looper again with the dig. Good. What a nice save by Ellie Glock that time. Tight pass again, saved by Minor. And that ball is rejected. Vicini out of
good quality blocks. Let that be the thing that jumpstarts your offense.
Baird was really a bright spot against Nebraska earlier. Scott again, good set in transition, off speed, restart the point. And DeBeer out of the back row.
And DeBeer gets that kill.
Really tough flat serve, a lot of velocity. And Rubin is blocked. Ellie Glock. Louisville struggling right now in serve receive. Another chance for Louisville. And down again. That's work. But right now it's Schramm. Looper's passing really well, as is basically everybody for Ogilvy. That ball missed just out of bounds. We were talking. That ball set too tight. And DeBeer off the block and out of bounds. Very swings for both Baird and Kipp. That ball's got to come up. Baird was a little just slowed and fell in front of her. Here is Glock. Nice looking offense. Perfect pass. 7 out of 3. She was just passing nails all match long.
And I think for Stanford in general, space, although she doesn't transition off the net very well, she makes space for herself.
It's like practice. Nice dig by Ruben. Good read. And Kendall Kipp unloading down the line.
And it's going to work every time.
Stanford back within 2. Very similar as to the opening set. DeBeer numbers, but it's more important passing wise. Ruben dropping a dime, and there's exactly your point about ball set a little bit tight. Smart adjustment by.
It's a business.
4-1 run now for Stanford, and that ball off of the Cheney and out of bounds. Ogilvie giving Stanford a chance. And everybody's hearing us, and you know Kevin Hambley wants more production out of them. 6 kills on 18 attempts. Working on DeBeer. And Luper, that ball's off the floor, but not high. The lead is 18-15. Good transition. Close to a net violation on Kipp.
And it could be a challenge if Louisville doesn't win this point, which they do.
Sure. There's the serve that I was anticipating.
Yep. I was waiting for it.
Looper on the combination play.
Cressy with 7 kills, Kong with 6, and Looper with 7.
7 of 13. That's a nice response by 6'6". It's 21-18. That ball is stuffed. Francis again with the kill. What a cover by DeBeer. And tucks it down inside.
You got to question why Baird did not attack.
A sketchy start. I think Ellie Glock, the new setter for Louisville, is really doing a good job. Good choices. The floor here at the Yum Center. That's missed out of bounds, but a touch called off the top of the ball. Kara Cressy was 7, and Iko Jones was 6. That makes it very difficult here in Louisville, but I timed out. I timed out on the guest website. Sorry. Yep, Cami Minor. Chance to restart the point for Stanford, and that ball tucked down inside by Kendall.
For doing a good job.
That's a mistake. You can't serve Scott there. And that ball off the top of.
Super aggressive this set in the beginning.
Perfect pass. Not necessarily one-on. Ogilvie with a dig off the heater. And that ball missed out of bounds. Full server. That one pretty easy. Block touch out of the middle, and a much needed settle down. Helps that she's been getting so many good passes. Nice play again by Minor. That's her 3rd kill
by Ogilvie.
Look at this. Look at this first contact. Look at Scott again. Scott. Francis on the slide. Much worse of the two is hitting the ball out of bounds. Baird, nothing out of bounds about that. Nicely down the line. Out. Nice dig by Pringle down the line. And Baird is able to tuck that ball down inside. Different.
To be up by 7 right now.
Nice block.
It's just moving well on that block. Mancini taking away that hole, and again, you have it right there.
Only 3 for Louisville. Still struggling to stay consistently in system. That ball over the top and mischief end, and they were nothing but perfect early on. Nice dig by Scott. And then off of Ogilvie.
Well.
Yeah, we have not called Cressy or Kong. Hardly at all. But we have Kendall Kipp. DeBeer out of the play. Got to go to Looper in the back court. Cover by Scott. DeBeer saying, what else have you got? Now clearly a double contact. That ball went through the hands of Ellie Glock. One-on-one again, and even Elena Scott can't get that.
More spread for Louisville.
Dug by Baird. Once again, Kipp in transition. Kendall Kipp, I want to do
out of pipe in this rotation.
9th block for Stanford. Cressy able to deflect that ball off the edge. There is Petrenko again, working down the line. Rubin is an expert passer, and Kipp is pretty good at that skill as well. Stanford
Gas off a little bit. They've gotten a little bit lax in their touches. They've peeled some off the heat of their arms.
Set point for Stanford. Rubin off the edge of Ike. Ogilvy again, and that ball's there as well. Really good balance for Louisville. Sammy Francis starting to heat. Just got the official attendance. We'll give that to you after 13,000.
That ball looked to be sailing out, but good job by Rubin.
Baird off the edge of Iko Jones.
What's working for Stanford right now.
Not a perfect free ball pass. That was a miss by Ogilvy.
Absolutely.
Contact, got to be perfect.
She'll clean it up.
She will. She'll have lots of chances. Vicini out of hitting below her season average, which is superb. On the year, Baird comes right back, but back to DeBeer. Looper is blocked.
There's no way.
Kong has been awfully quiet. We haven't mentioned her name in quite a while. Want to get her back into the mix offensively, and Rubin.
The middles in their offense and get some quality block touches again.
Kipp out of the pipe. Really good offense.
Stanford is going to be a beautiful addition to the ACC.
An interesting. And Looper with a dig, but that'll.
They've got great floor defense and just really pushing that ball and going after it.
Kendall Kipp again. Beer is blocked by Kipp, going left side to Baird, and crushes it down. Away from with 14 kills. And that ball successfully off the block and out of that's a movement. Rubin has been rock solid in reception. Off the block and out of bounds. Ogilvy making it look easy. And off the block and out of bounds again. Scott again. Looper no to DeBeer out of the back row. Ogilvy starting to heat it up at the defensive end. Slam dink. Nice play by Minor. What a dig by Scott. One-on-one on the floor. Francis, that you cannot put the ball down in the left back. Usually necessary. There's a good contact. This got to come to Kipp. No, left side and on the tap down. Katie. DeBeer again. Good out of system set. And that's going to be 4 contacts. Must have here for Louisville. Out to DeBeer. One-on-one.
That's how you.
Rubin's been so good. And that ball tucked down inside. A little wall. Out of the middle by Cressy. Right side to Baird, and there it is. A very, very. Look at that set in transition and on the board first. Speaking of block touches, Stanford is getting their hands on a lot of balls. And
big, thunderous, but she's there when you need her.
Louisville really out of sorts right breaker.
That's a better contact for Ogilvy, right?
Joust coming. Who's going to win this one off the edge? And Pringle. That ball tipped out of bounds. Kendall Kipp was over the line.
Keep it open because they know Elena Scott's right there to pick up the ball.
That's a digging mistake. Looper just lost her. Good cover by Kipp. And smart shot. That should have been a lift on Vicini.
Let's see how Louisville responds. And you keep Rubin with that single block.
Off of the late blocker, Rubin again.
Your attackers with single blocks.
There, Cressy. By Cressy. Rubin again. Aaliyah Rubin in her good pass by Looper.
Again, that ball a little bit too far off for Looper to really take a crack at it. The first 3 sets, and right now she's sitting at 13.
Rubin again. That ball off the block and out of bounds by Iko Jones. Louisville needs to be. Ogilvy steps in and takes first contact. And Francis, Sammy Francis, who missed for. Haven't seen that in a while. Feet off the net. For the win down the line for the Stanford Cardinals. Down 2 sets.